Hello, beautiful people. I just wanted to come in. I felt like this really strong urge to come in and do a channeled message and a tarot reading around a fear that I feel like you just released, a huge fear, and probably a fear from other lifetimes. And as you can see back here, I have it's a painting um, of Mother Mary and Jesus or Yeshua as a baby. And there's something in the energy around um, being assisted by Mother Mary energy, by Yeshua, by Mary Magdalene, even. I have this book right here, Healing Wisdom of Mary Magdalene, and it's a beautiful book by Jack Angelo. I've been working with the energy of Mary Magdalene for many years now, and I just feel like she's coming in really strong right now, as is Yeshua. And yeah, I mean, this won't be for everyone, and usually, I would maybe even put the frame of the video down, but I was like, okay, well, I think that his energy wants to be present, and um, this energy wants to be present with us because I believe that they are assisting all of us. There's a group, and I spoke about this in my previous message. There's a group that is awakening right now that is being assisted by other dimensional beings, multidimensional beings, ascended masters, dragons. I mean, you name it. These energies are coming in to really assist us in this shift into the solar earth, or an earth that is in the 5D. So if I'm just talking, what I'm speaking about is not resonating with you, I welcome you to scroll on. But if it is resonating with you, then you are likely part of that group and you understand what I'm saying, because you need this information. You need this information reflected back to you so that you don't feel like you're going crazy, and so that you can make the shift and you can help others make the shift, who come into your field, who are also resonating at this level, at this frequency, to make the shift in a more easeful way, in a more joyful way, because it can be crazy making. Like, it can be very confusing. It's almost like there's this place where we're in a corridor, or you're in a corridor, and it's that in between space that you're not in where you were before, but you're not where you're going yet, or who you're becoming yet. So it's very confusing to your mind. You may think you're making things up. There's probably a lot of signs and synchronicities coming at you in order to affirm as well from the spiritual realm, to your reality, to affirm that you are moving through, you're jumping timelines, and you're connecting with souls that are really like tuned into exactly where you're at. And then there's other timeline um, beings that are just dropping away because the resonance is not compatible anymore. So there's probably a lot going on for you. And so I was just being called to come in and really be like a support system, a friend. Um, I even welcome you to, leave a comment below the video, or, yeah, reach out. I'm here to be a friendly face during this time of confusion. And um, it could be very chaotic too. It could be that you're experiencing a lot of tumult and chaos, and maybe even explosive energy around you. And this could be very much like a dissolving energy. But so the card that came out right before I started this reading was the Princess of Wands. And for me, this card represents the fear, a fear that we've all been holding on to that, maybe we've been holding on to for lifetimes, multiple lifetimes, that maybe in past incarnations you weren't even able to let this go. But what I'm being told is that, like, you just let this go. You just released it. See how she is carrying it on the flame? She's carrying it by the tail, this tiger of fear. And it used to rule her, but she's free. She's like naked. She's free. She's free to be who she is. Um, and she has these horns, which gives her that, it's just symbolic for her fiery energy, yeah, her energy is very fiery in nature. And here's another flame, and she's riding the flame, but she's free, and she's holding her wand, her magic wand, and she's able to manifest now with precision and with clarity and with authority. And this tiger of fear is no longer clouding or blocking this flame that, I mean, I'm sensing that the flame is like her passion, her purpose. So you could be in a place where you feel like something sparked inside of you, and like something, maybe there was a spark inside of you that kind of went dim for a while, and or maybe has been going like on and off and flickering and just being very dim though. And I'm just feeling like there's this flame kind of got ignited in you. Um, and that is really because of this tiger of fear that had been always like just present, like roaring in your right ear. And actually, I'm getting ringing in my ear, which is just confirmation. And the right side is the masculine side, and that's that fiery energy and that assertiveness and um, that willpower to and sense of agency to move forward. So, yeah, so you're being celebrated on the spiritual realm, and that's what I'm being called to share with you. Um, Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, look at this. Like, you're being poured into, and what I'm sensing is, oh, and I just saw the magician. Hold on one second. Um, you've been pouring into yourself. So what just happened was that in pouring into yourself, spirit spirit was also able to pour into your cup, into your vessel, into your body, and obviously your energetic body as well. But now your cup is going to start overflowing because you're so in alignment. You're like the image, she's like basically riding this flame, right? She's riding this flame, and she's charging forward with so much just freedom. And I saw the magic wand, and I feel like your manifestation powers are like just next level right now because of all the work that you've been doing, pouring into yourself, pouring in, like maybe you're doing meditative practices, or I just sense that you've been really slowing down. You've been saying no to things that aren't right for you on an energetic level. Yeah, there's so much courage. I'm sensing like my heart opening and expanding and getting warm. And I feel like there's like that flame from the solar plexus is is warming my heart. So it's like the courage that you've gained from eliminating this fear, this great fear. And maybe it's around scarcity, maybe it's around just, yeah, like I'm sensing for like the collective, it's like a general vibe of it is like just this like this melancholy, this dimming of the light, this almost like heaviness, this it's like a I'm hearing burden to be alive. Burden. It's a burden to be alive. Like that's what it feels like. Um, wow, I'm just seeing something that my one of my daughters painted and I'm gonna grab it because this actually has to do with it. So my daughter Rain painted this painting and it says hope, joy, and love. So this is like a solar activation that happened inside of you where once you felt burdened and you didn't feel like you were, it just everything felt more like a chore, like living felt like a chore. Now it feels like you're riding a flame, you're riding the flame of spirit. And it took, it took you pouring into yourself conscientiously and intentionally through practices, through meditation, through immersing yourself in non-survival states of consciousness and um, yeah, somatic healing, something where like it's like a switchboard that flipped. It just completely flipped where it was constant state of fight or flight. And this shifted a lot. This shifted everything because it allowed for space inside of you instead of resistance to be filled up. So you are filled up from the inside. And that gave you this sense of agency, this sense of passion, the sense of forward moving liberation. And you became the magician. So you're being celebrated. You're being so celebrated right now. Like, and you're probably even working with, Thoth and I mean, just ascended masters in general. I think they're assisting you, and I just know they're assisting you. Like this level of liberation and this level of pouring in, and then the ability to pour outwards. It doesn't just happen like on your own. This is a spiritual awakening. This is a spiritual kind of filling up. And yeah, I'm literally just seeing like just the milk and honey of the heavens being poured into you, or um, even from the stars, like stellar beings and the galaxies, like transmitting energy to you so that you can become this master manifester. And you may even be noticing, like, as you think things, the world around you is changing way sooner than it used to in the past because it used to have to move through density and like thought patterns and emotional loops and cycles of fear and scarcity and um, yeah, just those thought patterns that keep you from feeling whole, feeling one with God and Goddess. So, yeah, let's get something from the Oracle cards here. Um, I really want you, and I urge you and invite you to celebrate yourself because you are being celebrated right now. You let go of so much weight and you're being celebrated. You've done monumental work. You've been just these lifetimes. You haven't reached this point in a lifetime for a very long time. So I'm seeing lots of lives lived, by this collective that have not been able to reach a point of kind of resolution or liberation. We are the Hathors. Deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Okay, so yeah, right? The image of the milk being poured in through your crown chakra and just nourishing you. So either you're doing it in tandem with, you're setting the intention to work with these multidimensional beings, or they're just working with you, while you're sleeping, but or while you're taking walks, but they're pouring the milk of the gods into you right now because you were able to release this density. So amazing work. Amazing work. Let's see what else we have. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And I feel like you've cleared the path for something really important. Okay. The blue flame. Yes. This has been coming to me like repetitively in dreams and yesterday really strongly I was getting the message like this group that is awakening and that just had this like switch um that like just flipped into thriving and manifestation mode. This group is like a keeper. They're keepers of the blue flame, and this is confirmation of that. So if you resonate with the color blue, if you resonate with just feeling like very healed, when you envision blue light around you, if you relate to like the blue rose, Lemuria, Atlantis, um, this message is for you. So you are being seen, you are being appreciated, you are being fed blue light, and you are being healed as you heal yourself because you're needed. You're really, really needed. Let's see. Yeah, Pleiadian energy here, big picture thinking, visionary, inspired ideas. We need your ideas. We need your vision. We need the medicine and the gifts you carry. And right before I got on, another message I was receiving was around soul gifts and um, like how this group chose to incarnate at a time when they knew they would be needed in order to shift this consciousness of humanity. And so you have signed a contract. If this is still resonating with you, obviously use your discernment, but um, you have really signed a contract to come in and use your visionary thinking. And it's not even thinking, it's just your visionary knowing and remembrance is what it is. It's a remembrance because you have the codes inside of you. And if you resonate with being from the time of Atlantis or having reincarnated in the time of Atlantis, uh, before Atlantis went underwater or whatever the myth is that you kind of resonate with, it doesn't matter. But before it went down, let's say, and was destroyed, the codes of the ancient technologies that they used to heal and to communicate and to elevate the just elevate the grids, and heal the grids that were starting to, kind of infiltrate their land, their home. Those were hidden, and they were hidden within. They were encoded in the soul of the beings of that time. And so, if you resonate with this, you came here to bring back these codes and to awaken them within you so that you could use them as you know healing technologies and Yeah, I'm just hearing like anchor, like to be an anchor for this consciousness on Earth. Because it doesn't mean like we're gonna evaporate and disappear as we move ascend into 5D, into the solar Earth. It means that we're being anchors for that consciousness. And when your flame is lit inside of you, your presence alone can heal wherever you are, wherever you're, the space that you're in, um, the land that you're on, the beings that are around you. Your presence alone is very, very healing. So, and not only that, like just the ideas that you come up with and that you remember are going to be super healing for the earth herself. She needs that. She needs these healing ideas, these visions. She needs beings anchoring this vision of her healed, because otherwise it's just we're just stuck in the old loops of no, this is a place of fear, this is a place of war, this is a place where, cause and effect, linear timing, like all of that. But ultimately, that's just kind of the timeline we grew up in, and we're actually there is no time, and you can even probably be sensing this right now as you're healing and doing the healing work on yourself and receiving the healing. You could sense that time is morphing. You're like able to kind of shape shift time and bend time, right? Like maybe you're going for walks and they're feel like 3 hours long, but you've only walked for about 15 minutes or something. Reality around you is really, it's shape shifting, it's morphing. Um, yeah, it means that you have jumped timelines and you've really released this this burden that you have carried. Maybe it's a generational curse of some sort. That's what I'm hearing, generational curse. Um, yeah, there's another card here, Earthed, that came up before in a reading recently, where it's learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. So sometimes reminding yourself like that you like maybe in life you've had to you felt alienated, you felt weird or strange because of the way people react to you. I'm just being reminded to invite you to tell yourself that you're not really human. If you know what I mean, if you know, you know. You're not a human being. Um, you're really more of like a multidimensional interstellar being who came to Earth on a mission. So reminding yourself of that identity can really help heal that wound of alienation. I know I struggled with it for most of my life. People just being very weird with me, myself being weird with them because of the non-resonance, because they didn't understand at a mental level that, you know, there was just a different frequency being embodied within each of our bodies. And it's okay, like it doesn't make anyone better or worse than anyone else. But when I remind myself of being like, I'm not from here, it really helps me to just kind of relax into how weird I am and how like I'm coming on here to channel a message around, like the blue flame and being, the group that's awakening to like on Earth right now, being the keepers of the blue flame. Like I have Mother Mary on top of my head and Jesus, and like it's okay. It's cool. If this is triggering to some people, which it will be, that's great. Like the people who kind of are weird as well will appreciate this and resonate with it deeply. So I welcome you to comment if some of this speaks to you, if it ignites something in your soul. Because again, I really felt like this urge to just come on and just channel, like not even plan out, like set up a question or yeah, I just wanted I knew something wanted to come through kind of urgently. And it really was around this letting go of this tiger of fear and like really how you should be celebrating yourself because this is monumental. This is monumental. I'm gonna pull an animal card just to close out. What animal is with this collective as they do this beautiful work? Wow. Okay, this fell out. Cosmic egg. Yes, yes, yes. Cosmic egg. Wow. So this is, I mean, to me, this is Christ consciousness. This is solar consciousness and feminine together as one. This represents wholeness. This represents the path of individuation, you know, as Carl Jung um, teaches or taught, you know, the path of individuation is where we shed all that is not who we truly are in order to reach our like our highest, most expanded version of ourselves, which is basically like our higher self, right? So you've done this. Like, can you wrap your brain around this? Like, at a certain level, you may not feel like you have, or you may have an inkling that, and obviously, this is an ever ascending spiral, as we can even see with the snake. Like, there's no end to this ascension journey, but you've ascended like a loop on the ascension journey. And like, that's huge. Huge. Like you probably haven't been able to achieve this type of ascension or freedom in past lifetimes and in past incarnations. And so it's almost like you're merging with your higher self. And I'm also sensing that there are past lifetimes or incarnations where you were like master level, like alchemist or healer or, you know, light worker, like probably in the times of Atlantis, Lemuria, um, even in biblical times, possibly, you know, like you are reaching a level of the ascension loop that is very, very refined. So, my friend, congratulations. And I hope this helped, and I will see you in the next one.